Hello, everybody. What is that song there? Jesus, the dun 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 dun. Oh my, that's Star Trek. The friggin' Lord of the Rings thing sounded a little bit like the I think that's the Voyager intro that made me think of there. Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome. I hope you're all doing good. Yes, the Guild Wars 2 logo was a lie, and will continue to be. Let's get in game and play. So we're now level 7. Got 2 days more to play, so really want to get my value out of this. I don't know whether anyone will be in the Shire waiting for us, but we'll see. Starting early. It's not early. What? It's 5. You actually made me look at the clock there and check. Has somebody's clock moved maybe recently? Anyway, look at this. Look, the second I log in, there's like roleplay going on. But Thorsteer is a friend and very trustworthy. I agree. And then somebody saying, statistically, 79.3% of statistics is made up on the spot. Outlaws of Middle-earth kinship are looking for new yeah, alright. Well, don't need to read guild thingies. Alright, deed complete. You've completed a deed. See your deed log for more information. You can access your deed log by accessing the start menu located in the bottom left of the bar. Sorry, what deeds did I do there? The deed log. The deed log keeps track of your personal accomplishments throughout the world of Middle-earth. Check here to see which deeds are progressing or have been completed and what titles or traits you can even you can earn from completing them. Cattle Eyes wants to join the fellowship. That's cool. All right, let's get close. Let's see what this says. Filter by completed or set rewards. So if I turn on completed, so this is for classes, races, and epic. Oh my God, we have a Spud Club. Hell yeah, I'll join the kinship. That's fantastic. Nice. Okay, so there's class, race, or epic ones. There are skirmish ones. Instant ones. It's changing the image each time. Hobby ones. The War. Eriador. Ravanian. Gondor. And Mordor. But here's the thing, do I have to toggle it on every time? What deed have I completed? I don't understand. Hobbies? I did the deed of getting a hobby, maybe? Not sure. Open the gift in my inventory. I have a gift in my inventory, apparently. The basics of fishing. We got that at the end of yesterday. Basic fishing rod. Gift pack. The contents of this gift box will aid you through your early levels. Whoa, okay, so they just spam me with a bunch of stuff. A wrapped horse whistle. This contains a fragile whistle that can be used to summon a rideable horse. Cool, so I have a mount. Morale potions. Gives me health. A letter of commendation. A letter written by John Brackenbrook of Archet. I recognize you. Did we not already read this? Oh, no, this is new. The letter reads, be it known that I, John Brackenbrook, overseeing the rebuilding of Archet, write this on behalf of Tatu. I fought alongside Tatu in an attempt to thwart the Blackworld Brigands and their Angmarian masters. Should it be within your powers, give Tatu some measure of welcome and thanks for all that they have done, John Brackenbrook. Apparently, John wishes you well in your future endeavours. Well, he'd best. I like him. He was a character we never really... No, that isn't related to the thing. This is what we're doing as one of the quests, right? We're giving that to the constable. I think, maybe? Maybe not. Outfitting yourself and others. Why is this written in purple? Because purple is unique, I guess. A letter from the masters and mistresses of the apprentices who represent the many craft guilds. Certain that you... To be honest, all of the fucking, like, constant music and noise is, like... killing the game, to be honest. Let me come back here and run away from the cacophony that is being spewed in our ears every minute of every hour for now. What are we in? We're in hour 4 now. Good evening, Sinterklaas. It's good to see you. You recently started spamming the song Living Room by David Maxim that you shared a while ago. Dude, I'm really glad about that. I think I'm a huge fan. That's very, very cool for you to hear. For me to hear that you are doing. I could give you a few other recommendations. Probably have somewhere in that Discord channel. It's pretty goddamn good. Right, Tatu, the Crafting Guilds. Thank you for all that you've done for the Free Peoples, and would like to extend an invitation to speak with our representative, Blossom Proudfoot, at the crafting area in Mitchell Delving. We acknowledge your ability as a combatant and invite you to try your hand at a less violent form of work, craftsmanship. You will find that Blossom Proudfoot is an able teacher who can introduce you to pursuits ranging from cooking to scholarly to smithy and everything in between. Sincerely, the Crafting Guilds of Middle-earth. Cool, cool, cool. It suddenly got very quiet. Did you hear that? Oh my god. It suddenly got very quiet. It looks like we're still playing music though. Movida certainly looks like it. Maybe that was the in music. Maybe I was being wrong. Maybe it was just the in music. You'd love to hear more recommendations from him? Well, let me look at my history real quick. I don't know whether up here I was really looking at it much. Let me see. I mean, if you... he doesn't have a great, you know, discography necessarily or whatever. But a lot of stuff, essentially. Let me put it that way. Most of everything that's on Who Bit the Moon, I've always really enjoyed. That was kind of where I started, so I don't know if I could find a track list somewhere. I could give you a bit more, but whatever. I'm gonna stay in game here because I do really want to play the game more than be on wiki. Let's see. The basics of fishing, we already read that. Outfitting yourself and others. Oh my god, what else did I get? Got some navy dyes. We got those before. So I could apply that to the stuff in my bag. Let me turn the music up so that you guys get to enjoy this with me. Yeah, I'll apply it to the threadbare cloth. Okay. More gifts for the starting adventurer? Oh my lord. A writ of special passage for an hour. I don't know, man. You're giving me way too much stuff suddenly. This doesn't feel like it's relevant or interesting. I'm going to ignore this. We can just go explore, I think. Probably. Might be a good idea. You look forward to seeing actual horses' interior eventually as they played a key part in early human history. I don't want to see horses. Like, that's the cool thing. That, you know, they're a function of the world, but we just magically never get to see them. Like, and do you know what? For all the things that it's like the gem store has done, enjoy music. Immediately blares horrific accordion noises. At least they never just did straight up regular horses. Yeah, like Pegasus, fine. Horses, no. The social panel contains tools for seeing houses online. Alright. Okay, cool. I want to do some fishing, really. Do I have to equip the rod in any way? What if I just consume this XP as well? Multi-use items. You just use an item which can have multiple uses. To use multiples of this item at once, alt-right click on the stack and select the number. Right, well I just drank it straight up. What does that do? It says that I have gained 500 experience points for the charity virtue trait. So, we'll have to have a look at that. Mangy skin still. Another gift for an adventurer. 5% attack damage for 90 minutes. Fine, let's just consume that. Another gift? What are you talking about? Oh, minimum of level 80. Of level 8. Oh, do I get this is like a weird thing of giving me stuff as I level, basically. Thoughts on Arch, its parallels to pre-searing? Yeah, I think it really does feel a lot like pre-searing. I obviously talked about that a bit yesterday. We can do the run speed boost here and the regenerative foods, I guess. Oh, no. Sorry. Max morale. And more max power. I'm consuming all of these because I don't intend to play long term anyway. I kind of want to get rid of this. Obviously, I never played much more of what was going on with Archit. But, you feel like the player music is a bit overpowering? Yeah, me too. I think that if I played a little bit more, I would have maybe got a better grip. It's very, very difficult for me to make a real comparison because pre-searing is so special to me and nostalgic for me. But I feel like Archit's a very good equivalent. Probably not as big or as expansive as pre-searing was. I mean, really, people underestimate how large, whatever. People think it's smaller than it is. Pre-searing is massive. It's just that already in pre, you start to experience fast travel, warping you around and stuff. And obviously, pre-searing had a much more dramatic shift from pre into post, so I think the pre-searing was better in that way. Like, when you leave pre, you really feel like you've left pre. You feel like you've lost something forever. And that's pretty good. LOTRO didn't really do that. There are probably more quests in pre. Naturally, I find that ArenaNet's gameplay and, interface and all that shit is way, way, way better, especially for a 2020 experience. So, overall, I think I want to give it to pre, but I don't know really whether that's fair. Because I haven't played Archit enough. Also, this game might have lots of versions of Archit, right? Or at least I'd assume they would. Random character. Hello, random character. He's level 40. Here's the mayor. What's this? Oh, dear.
Day.
A letter from a Sackville Baggins is not something you want to see. He's holding me personally accountable for his troubles in Breland. I wasn't even there. I never even been outside of the Shire. And now I'm supposed to pay just compensation to his family. But he took no harm and was in Archit for his own accord. You don't happen to know why I wanted to be mayor, do you? Because I seem to have forgotten. This is awesome. Look, he's very, very precise in referencing exactly what was in that letter. That's great.
Hello there. Might I speak with you a moment?
Yeah. I've thought about Mundo's demand that I pay compensation for his ill treatment in Breland, Tatu, and I'm not going to do it. We simply cannot afford to pay money to satisfy a single hobbit for an experience that was his own fault to begin with. The Sackville Bagginses have never liked me either. I think that was one of them that started calling me Flower Dumpling after the roof of Town Hall gave way and buried me in chalk, you know. I don't mind when the sheriffs call me that, but from the Sackville Bagginses is just too much. The time has come to take a stand. I will not be bullied by the Sackville Bagginses any longer. They can't push me around, and I don't mind telling them that. Well, actually, I'm a little busy. Run along to Bag End, north of Hobbiton, and tell Lobelia for that, will we? For me, will you? Alright, sure. Coward. That's excellent. What about you? Assistant Fallowhide?
Mercy me! Will you hear me out?
Mayor Whitford has set aside some money to refurbish Town Hall in Mishal Delving, but it seems the carpenters haven't received it, and they won't work unless they're paid. One of the mayor's other assistants, Griffo Boffin, was supposed to make sure the carpenters received the money. He hasn't shown up for work though, and I'm worried that something might have happened to him. He lives up in Needlehole, far to the north and beyond Ruckshuk Bog. Please visit Griffo, make sure he's alright, and then return here with the missing money. Griffo lives near the centre of Needlehall. The best way to get there is to head east of Waymeet, then follow the road north and west through Ruckshuk Bog until you reach Needlehall. I would do it myself, but I'm responsible for making sure that the mayor's image remains untarnished, and, well, with Mayor Whitford, that's a job that takes more hours than there are in a day. I thought it was going to say more than 3 hours a day, and I was like, what? Is there something in Lord of the Rings story about how hobbits only work 3 hours a day? You know, I'm really struck by how much life they've breathed into the Shire as an actual place with real, you know, bureaucratic bullshit going on. You know? I really like it. Cool. Was there anyone else? Is there some kind of like automatic feature that is making them play music everywhere they go, every second, or is that just entertaining? Second Sheriff Bondo Bunce. So you were sent my way, were you? Well, I've heard good things about you, and I'd be glad to have you helping us out. Welcome, well met, well hired. Help me out as Shire folk. Help out as many Shire folk as you can, and you'll rise through the ranks. our cares may seem of small importance to others. The delivery of the mail, the tasting of fine food, the lighting of fireworks, but you and I both know they are worth protecting. These peaceful ways are threatened, and danger can be found even throughout the Shire. Aid our people with their daily concerns, but if you travel to more distant villages, such as Needlehull, Overhill, or Brockenborings, well, bring a weapon with you, Bounder. Is that what they call Brockenbook? Here, they call it Brockenborings. Bring a weapon with you, Bounder. Life is dangerous on the borders of the Shire, and the further you get from Micheldelving and Hobbiton, the more likely you are to see combat. Cool. It's such a perfect starter area. For a moment, I really thought that they might have been making it like a an early game area, but no. So what am I saying? I thought they were going to make it a late game area, but no. They kept it as early, and that makes sense, and that works. Come check out the collections. Pressing Shift-C will open the collections UI, which shows you which mounts, cosmetic pets, emotes, and stable master locations you either have or still need. Some collections even give you special titles. Here it is, guys. Guild War, Lord of the Rings Online Master. You can now gain a new hobby. Open the hobby panel. Yeah, where the hobbies are located. That's really sad that they got this whole thing about lots of hobbies. You can now have the ability to ride a basic steed. You should check out the Horsemaster in Breeland. Middle-earth is a massive place. Now they're teaching me the world map? Are you serious? The tip order's all over the place. Imagine getting here without realising the world map. What did they say? Shift-C. Yeah, here it is. You've just opened the cosmetic collection panel. Here you can see all of the cosmetic pets available throughout Middle-earth. Selecting an individual pet will preview its appearance and tell you how to acquire it. Right-clicking one will summon it. So there's like a little worm thing. An Argonath. I don't know what Argonath is. There's a snake. Here's an interesting thing that I was looking at for a potential Guild Wars 2 video. But in the alphas or the betas, there's a mini snake in the game. You could actually have a mini snake following you, like a little green slithering snake. And it got removed before release, so you can't have it anymore. Kind of interesting. A wormling. That's gross. A badger. Ash. Ooh, I like it. Ash frog. Beaver. Available through the... I thought that said available through the Beaver Festival. I'm not joking. Would I have player instruments in my perfect MMO? Probably if there was some kind of like mechanic that... Well, yeah, probably, yeah. I think I would do it. The system in this game seems pretty robust and pretty good, so... Oh, there's a mini kite that you can get. There's a black peacock. There are 203 minis in this game. That's actually not many, to be honest with you. Available from Hobbit Presents as a special gold winter gift. Right, well, unless someone in chat knows a thing specifically to look at. I'll move on. Right, yeah, so mount collections. So we get the anniversary pony. The Autumn Fest pony. The Battle-Worn Steed of the White City. A bay pony. A blonde sorrel pony. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Look at all the ponies. Whoa. A cave claw masked pony. And it's like slightly shiny. Oh no, it's not slightly shiny. Holy crap. Damn. Dude, they really stuck with it with the mounts, right? They said, look, the mounts in this game are horses. Deal with it. That is what they... Oh, there's a goat, though. So, ponies, horses, and goats. Is there anything that's not one of those? So many. The Steed of Rivendell looks fucked up. Why is it, like, undead looking? I don't get it. The Steed of the Spring Gardens. traveling goat of the mountain. A glittering pony. Alright, okay, cool. Next. Oh, there's emotes to unlock. So we can agree. We can... Oh, it makes the noise as well. Very good. Angry. Alright, good. You can be nice and obnoxious with that one. Beckon, beg, blush. This one's called Bio. That's hilarious. I need a bio break, guys. BRB. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, look, it's bored. There's crazy. There's dancing. There's actually multiple dances. There's dances belonging to the other races, which I'm not allowed to do. But quite bizarrely, they will show me that it's like hooked up. Oh, there's dreaming. Whoa, there's a lot. And they've unlocked a lot of them out. Whoa, that's a lot of emotes. This is very cool to me. That is so many emotes. Oh, no, we zoom in. Dude, they take the RP seriously here. Look at this. Look how sad. You know, I feel like I'm in The Sims or something. Quick question. If you pledge on Patreon, do you get access to the Elder Scrolls videos sooner? You're a noob at Patreon? Well, not many, really, because I recorded up to episode 13, and they've all been on the drive all month. So if you signed up earlier in the month, you could have gone all the way up to episode 13. But I haven't recorded any new episodes since then. So you'd only get like 2 episodes early at this point. Until I batch out more of them, you won't see anything on the drive. We can munch, we can oop, we can mumble. So yeah, but in general, yes, that is the idea. At some point in March, as the new bulks come out, you should see all of them start going up there, and the benefit will be there for sure. But since I haven't started doing the next batch, and I don't know when I'll do the next batch, I can't make you any promises on that, if that makes sense. Just turn the light on in the room. Okay, so anyway, that's pretty cool. I was wondering if my screen was going to explode with something really ridiculous looking. But overall, it looks like, to tell you the truth, even in their cash shop or whatever, they're pretty good. So, Stable Master collections. This panel displays a map of Middle-earth with all the Stable Masters you've discovered and have yet to discover. Select a location on the map for information, blah, 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 blah. Alright. Okay. I think, if I can, let me have a look here. Right, I am muting the player music. Sorry, guys. I know you're having some fun, but I kind of want to actually hear the game. And it's come to my realization that you're never going to stop. So I'll do it that way. And then maybe I'll put it back on towards the end or something. Yeah, I know cleavage. I was trying to be polite, but it's too late for that. New Visions of the Past trailer? Oh, is there now? It just came out. Did it? First Lord of the Rings online stream you watch. How am I finding things? You're a massive Lord of the Rings nerd. I'm finding myself really immersed in the world and the stories and things. But most of the rest of the MMO is a bit of a struggle, to be honest. It wouldn't be if it was just implemented a bit different and the UI was a bit different and stuff. But overall, I'm really enjoying it. In fact, yesterday I really enjoyed it. So, yeah. Right, what I'm going to do now is get stock of what the hell we have to do. We've got one over at Borough. I just want to do cool, like, silly little things with the hobbits, basically. So, should we just go to Tuckborough? Looks like there's something to the south, though. So, let's try and head down there and see what we've got. I did notice that some of the dialogue a second ago was very precise in where it was telling me to go and when and why. It's kind of cool. Have I learned how to move the UI around? Yeah, I have. I know that what I've got set up at the moment isn't perfect. Like I could move the quest tracker down a bit and maybe shrink it a little bit because it's quite big. And I'm not really using it. But overall, I'm pretty happy with all of this. I want to do that guy's like house party more than anything else. So let's go. I'm hoping that that's where we're headed to. That'll be very fun. This guy's just called Bounder. It suddenly got very quiet. I didn't realize how much of it was their incessant, you know, instrument playing. Yeah, that is the ring on the map to the south. That's exactly where I'm hoping to go. So that'd be cool. It's not red, though. It tends to be that only when they're red, I have something to do, right? Usually. Like, there's a ring here. This isn't the one, though. These are just the crafting guild people and whatnot. Which I'm not particularly interested in dealing with. It definitely seems that there's something going on, though. A Vault Keeper... Hildebrast Took. We can interact with this. You do not currently have a craft vocation. Seek out a master or mistress of apprenticeships to begin your studies. Monster players are not allowed to craft vocations. Monster players? What does that mean? Does that mean are there monster playable races, or is that another feature? What is it to be a monster player? If the quest is red, it means it's 5 levels higher than you are. White ones are your level. Oh, but I've been doing red ones entirely. Am I supposedly under-leveled right now? Is that true? Monster play is PvP. Can you go further with that? Monster players is player versus monster player. Player PvP. Yes, in their form of world versus world, you play against monster player. I understand that, but you guys are missing a crucial piece of information. What does a monster player look like? Does it look like a monster? What am I? Am I a hobbit just with a designation of being a monster, or am I actually a monster? Do you guys understand? None of you are giving me the basic overview. An orc or a spider? Okay. Orc, walk, spiders. Alright, so you actually are monsters. That's cool. Ah. So free peoples, that's people like me, versus monsters. How do I become a monster? Can I do that now? I would love to become a monster. And hold on, you're telling, when you said world versus world, does that mean they have their own dedicated battleground for it? Or is that anywhere? Because if they have their own dedicated battleground, why are the crafters here talking about the mechanic? Because surely you just wouldn't put the crafters in there. I already am a monster. Go to character select. There's a toggle for freeps and creeps. Freeps being free people, creeps. Really? I gotta see this. I gotta check this out. I don't want to exit the game. I want to log out of Tay2. Dude, that sounds amazing. 2 of 2 character slots used. So let me delete my Guardian from the original video we did. Willow Sulph. Whoa. Fat fingered that. My keyboard was so far on the left and I'm stretching it such a weird way that my entire hand was off by one. Willow Sulph. Bye-bye. Okay, new character. I thought I looked at this character creator so closely. I can't see a freaks thing. Oh, go back to the last menu. What was it? Page 1 of 2. You think I need a character's level 10 or something? It's on the right-hand side of the character selection screen. Oh, I see. Monster play, yeah. Reach level 10. All right, well, hold on. We're at level 8. We can do this. I have an objective. Oh, the game is going to blow wide open now that I've got an objective. We'll get our grind on. All right, okay, so hold on, though. I do want to do this guy's like little house party thing. But the rings here don't seem to correspond to anyone who actually has a specific story for me. Oh, no, this guy does. It's Bound to Proud. All right, yeah, so let's just get a craft, I guess. Outfitting yourself and others.
Oh,
You must be Tato. I've been awaiting your arrival, and I'm very excited to see that our letter found you well. I'm Blossom Proudfoot, and I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. I'm here to help you through the very first stages of learning a craft. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. All right. I will learn to be a cook, woodworker, scholar, jeweler, weaponsmith, tailor, or metalsmith. Let's learn to be a cook. We are a
what
hobbit
do you
after all.
need?
Ye men are the salt of the earth. Wait, what? Tilling soil and preparing food with natural skill. They're also able to create clothes and leather armors, though they need to trade their produces for the hides required. Do you wish to learn this trade? Cook, farmer, tailor. Sure. You have trained a craft, which will allow you to blah, blah, blah. To be honest, guys, I'm not that into crafting systems in games. And I'm really not that interested in looking at this too much. I like the RP idea of, oh, my character can do this thing or endeavors to be this thing. But in general, it's not a part of video games that I'm that interested in. Like, for example, we keep talking about like what my perfect MMO would be. It really wouldn't have much crafting in it. I don't think it ever adds much to me. There'd be like very light, like minimal crafting systems. Very Guild Wars 1-y, I suppose, in that way. Which did have it, but you know, it was more just like Guild Wars 1's crafting was more like modification opportunities for gear rather than full-blown crafting. I've just noticed that I just don't care for it that much. Anyway, wasn't he at Little Delving? I'm sure he was at Little Delving.
Is there something I can do for you?
See, he had a blue ring, which would mean that that's a quest appropriate for me, right? According to what someone said in chat there. But he won't actually do anything. He just gives me a little bit of information. Purple is like ambient. Founder's Boundary. Oh, this is very, very sweet. Oh, this is very nice. Let's do our first person exploration again. There's a nosy hobbit. Some milestones. It's funny that the only people who stayed this far are the ones to aggressively toot at me, and now I have denied your ability to do that. So who knows what will happen. Maybe he's up that hill. I mean, I remember going to the market for him. What does the star mean as well? Something about a society? I mean, we're going up to it, whatever it is. The prologue and epic story is essentially a breadcrumb to trail you to take you from questing area to questing area. Yeah, that makes sense. What is this? The Shire Reflecting Pool. Reflecting pools. Reflecting pools allow you to play story instances you've completed or join your fellowship if they're currently in a story instance. Oh, so there are story instances like campaign thing. That is fantastic. I like this for so many reasons. To actually physically put the pool out in a different area of the world instead of just like this UI shit, this is really good. I like this. Genuinely. I can't use it obviously because whatever story it is I haven't done. That's a cool little feature there. Hello. This is Keeper Broadcrumb Foxtail. Ah, yes, good day to you. I was wondering if you could do me a favor. I've just received word that Adelard Took has found a copy of the original writ penned by the old king. This writ granted the Fallowhide brothers, Marsh and Blanco, the lands that became the Shire. It is a most exceptional find. True, I have already a copy of the document, but it is in very poor shape. If this copy is in better condition, it would be marvellous addition to the Matham House. Would you go to Tookland and speak to Adelard about his find? I believe you can find him in the Great Smiles in Tuckborough. Sure. I can only have a certain number of quests though, right? So I'm going to hit that cap soon enough. So to enter the Matham House, I require acquaintance standing with the Matham Society. This game has got so much, but it's just all like exploded into your face at once, so it's very hard to interpret, to be honest. So I'm guessing there's a whole new society thing I can do here, and then eventually get in with them. Could buy some chicken. I'm not going to. I'm not the hound. I'm not obsessed with chicken. They're just hobbits. This is Tuckborough over here. Maybe Cato is standing at the guy. What do you guys think the odds are of that? He might be. I'll go to Cato. We'll see what we got. What very hobbity quests, yeah. Are you alone hearing a lot of lags and statics? Are you? You love all the views of the hill going over something to see in the horizon? Yeah, I mean, that's what I like about a lot of the later ES stuff, which I'm really looking forward to getting into. Sorry, it's Noct right that the stream is laggy and it's getting staticky and stuff like that. Can you guys fill me in? We're getting closer to Cato. If it is where Cato is, then, I mean, we're pretty far away. I have to say as well, the full damage is something I still don't know. Does it exist? There really is literally nothing to fight in the Shire. I like it. Over such a massive area. You know, they're not scared. Most games are scared that they'll lose your attention if there's nothing to fight. Here we've got something. Let's see what it is. There's an angry Tusker next to a biting shrew. Hold on, is that a little Lion King reference right there? I feel like it is. The shrew says it's small. I'm not sure what's going on there. I didn't mean to attack you. Oh my god. Brutal. Truly brutal. So there are 3 of us. I'll go this way, I guess. Oh heavens, that attack yell. Yell. Why was it really loud? Sorry. WP, how are you liking the balance changes? I haven't really experienced them. I haven't really played. So I don't know. Genuinely, got no idea. Not a sausage. But I did ask Noct his immediate take on some of the stuff. Apparently the Ellie, like, ice shard attack was hitting for 8k or something. If you were a thief and you stole from elementalists, which is kind of funny. I often think of that Ellie stolen skill as one of the weakest ones in the whole game. And then the idea that now it's become like some ludicrous nuke in a world where most damage has gone down massively is pretty cool. I'll kill some boars for now because I honestly have no idea where I'm going. It's a bit frustrating. We could go up to this ring over here. Set as quest guide focus. Ah. Okay, so hold on. So we wanted to go, that was it. Travel to the library in Tuckborough and speak to the librarian. That's what we wanted to do. So I'll set this as the quest guide focus. Ah, there it is. And it will do the blue ring, this one here, the call to adventure. That's it. That's the quest we want. Cool. All right, I figured out a basic fundamental of the game. What is this? View pending alerts. Deed bestowed, new mail. Get this region. Get more trait slots. Yeah, bye-bye. All right, this is Tuckborough, I guess. You broke a leg after falling in a hole? Oh, God. Are you serious? What? In the game? Condi damage needs a bit of tuning as it's more powerful than power right now. Yeah, I mean, I was saying that I thought one of the strongest builds after the patch was going to be a Condi build. But in general, I was scared to judge the whole thing. I knew one build might have been really strong, but the rest of it, I wasn't going to say because I think, you know, those global changes they described at the start could have been really significant. It would have been impossible to know immediately. What deed did I get? I don't know. How would I figure that out? You'd have to fill me in a little bit on that. No, Wasdika, you gotta understand. Every time there's a big balance patch, every time, there are a lot of like very casual ex-PvP players who love NG and NG playstyles and love NG buildcraft, and they always drum up some excitement and interest about engineer stuff, always, without fail. And like every single patch, there's always PvP oriented. There's always NG's got this, NG's got that, and that's not to say that NG isn't powerful and doesn't have powerful options. Obviously, Hollow's been ludicrously dominant for ages. But there is a little bit of extra weighting on a lot of NG theory craft whenever a new patch comes out. And it makes sense to me because Engineer is one of those classes that feels very buildcraft interesting, you know. And has a lot of cool little interactions like that, and probably curates an audience that will go into them.
Might I have a word with you?
The combat volume's definitely too loud. Well, I'll turn the game down a bit for you. I need your help. I made a terrible mistake. Oh, wait. I do not want more Hobbit problems. Let me go to the Blue Ring. Did I go to the right place at all? What's her name? By the way, the music in here. Oh, my lord. I just kind of walked in here. I didn't actually figure out if it was the library I was going into. I was assuming it would be. I think it is in there. I think that is where we want to go. Yeah. Great smiles. We just need to figure out... Oh, look, there's a library. It's that hole there. Oh, this is enormous. This is super cool. Oh, not every single one opens? Just the library one? Let's have a look at what the Hobbit library's like. Oh, there's roleplay walk as well. Oh, God. The walk animation could have used some work. I genuinely look like I've got a stick up my ass. my movement is very restricted right now. Picking up. I don't want to pick something up. Anyway, hello.
Yes? Can I help you find something in particular?
You tell, my goodness gracious. You tell Donna Mira that you're looking for a cookbook suitable for prepping fine meals for dinner parties and her... Oh, we're just the narrator. Yeah, okay, so you tell Donna Mira that you're looking for a cookbook suitable for prepping fine meals for dinner parties, and her face lights up. Very good, very good. There is no day that cannot be brightened with a tasty meal shared by friends. Any of the fine cookbooks on this shelf behind me will suffice, I warrant. All right. Do I get to make a choice? There's 3 of them. Oh, they're just called fine cookbooks. All right, fine. Now, why are there 3? Is that because there's some kind of mechanic where other people can take them and stuff? I don't know.
Thank you for your patronage and support your local library.
Hey, that's nice. That's like some IRL advice right there. You're all set, my book-loving friend. Thank you for your patronage and support your local library. Right. Oh, this is so sweet. Little hobbits through this. Oh gosh. That looks like a scary place. You know, that's one thing I think that this franchise gets very, very, very correct and does very well. The more beautiful places you can go to, the more awesome the horrific places will feel, you know, at the same time. Does that make sense? Like, if you have truly idyllic, utopian, beautiful, wonderful areas, and then you put them in the same world where they can be contrasted with, like, these abominable eldritch horrors and whatnot, then you're really cooking with fire, you know? You've got something awesome going on there. That was very old-timey. Yeah, I know it was a voice. It's the game's rubbing off on me. What can I say? Right. There were a few other things for us to do here. In fact, right in the library, I'm pretty sure there was another thing going on. But let's bring our thing back now. Shouldn't be too bad. Besides, I like traveling. In fact, don't we have a horse? Let's see. Should I get on my horse? Is my horse in my inventory? The Bounder's feather cap is way better than the plumed hat that I had before. Let's get rid of that. Human's Guide. Ooh. Simplicity and abundance. I will not read all of that just yet. Bright, juicy red strawberries. Lovely. The item level is level 35. Jesus, it's not written in red. Where would my horse have gone? Ah, here you go. Wrapped horse whistle. Whoa! And in World of Warcraft, I have to get all the way to level 40 for this. Everybody should play Lord of the Rings. How cool. Okay, can I move fast on it? Giddy up. Let's go. I've received a gift of a massive pile of copper scraps. Thank you. Okay. Is it because I'm walking, or? I'm still... No. The RP walk by... Oh, no, maybe, there we go. That's it. Nice. And we're away. Fantastic. Okay, now we can... That's it. Auto run, auto move. The ultimate way to experience video games. This lets me look at chat, you see. It's a library. What library have only one of the same book? Libraries that are not being supported. This horse is thick. Yeah, how would you guys rate the horse? What do you guys think? Oh, look at that. Beautiful. I found that I really like this feature that games do where you can hold left click and move the camera around without changing your character's orientation. Look how cinematic you can be. I love this. I do this all the time in Guild Wars. Better than the Guild Wars 2 Pegasus. I don't know. I don't get it. I didn't mind the Pegasus. Genuinely. I didn't mind it. Obviously, it didn't look that good, but like whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like if I had an opinion severity scale, you know, like where a 10 is my mouth is actually frothing and my eyes are popping and I'm talking to you about it every 5 minutes, right? And a 0 is you've literally never heard me talk about it because I don't even know that it exists. My observation of the quality of the Pegasus mount is probably about a 2.5. Tops. Like, I really don't care much. But it's a big topic of conversation. That's the Burden Baby. We don't want the Burden Baby yet. Yep, I have heard that the Visions teaser is up. Do I hit the whistle again to get off? Oh god, I'm like stuck in... Oh, there we go. Hello!
This looks like just the thing. Wait, what's this?
Uh-oh. This looks like just the thing, Tatu. Thank you! Bingo takes the cookbook from you and begins to leaf through it when a folded parchment falls out from between the pages. The curious hobbit picks it up and unfolds it. What's this? Why, it's a map! Someone left a map in this cookbook, Tatu. Barrow Downs, Weather Hills, Stone Trolls, Glade. Look at these pictures, my friend. Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. Let me redo that because I don't want to be a moron. What's this? Why, it's a map. Someone left a map in this cookbook, Tatu. Barrow Downs, Weather Hills, Stone Trolls' Glade. Look at these little pictures, my friend. Do you believe these are real places? Think these are real places. Bah! I cannot let my mind wander to these places. I have a party to plan. Bring this map to the Martham house, Tatu. I do not need it, and I do not want it. Collected the map of Eriador. Is this going to be related to Bilbo, then? That'd be pretty cool. It's interesting, the quest just developed, and now maybe it's starting to explain the call to adventure thing. But I honestly thought that it was just going to stay about him and his happy little party. I guess I'll just follow the thing. It's interesting as well. I've done a lot of zigzagging back and forth, and it's still the same quest. The audiobook potato comes out? Sorry? What, because I was reading a bit of dialogue? That's most of what these streams have been so far. That's most of what my videos are. Interior quest location. Look at all those quests. You have an unloved one and an unwanted object with no place else to go, but cannot bear to throw it away. Hand it over and I'll make sure it joins other Mathams of its type in my keeping. Brumbard extends his hand to receive the map, but then something catches his eye, and he pauses. Perhaps I spoke too hastily. It appears that there is a claimant on this Matham after all. Sorry, what's this word Matham? We like a museum. We collect relics and stuff. And he has run here at great speed to recover it. Bingo has run up the hill behind you and looks exhausted. Whoa! No way! That's awesome! Hold on. Really? I did not expect that of LOTRO. Whoa, wait, what? You climbed off and got back on? Tatu. Hello! Jesus! Hold on, has he actually moved? If I go back there, is he phased and moved? There's a deed among the small buttons to the left of your skills. Open the deed log. I have a smooth voice. Sorry, what were deeds again? This was the thing we were looking at before. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what you're telling me.
I changed my mind.
I do not want the map to gather dust inside the Matham house. I want to learn more about the place it depicts. I want to wander the weather hills, walking stick in hand. I want to cross the last bridge and see what lies beyond. I want to see Rivendell. Are there really elves there? I will keep the map, Tatu, and I will use it to chart my adventure. Let us return to my hobbit hole and make some plans, my inspiring friend. Look at this. It's the start of another adventure. All right. He looks at it. He takes the map and looks at it eagerly. Am I going to see him run or?
I will keep the map and use it to chart my adventure.
Let us return to my hobbit hole and make some tea. Okay. I want to keep an eye on him and see what he does. Bingo follows you around and you go on a quest line across Middle-earth with him. Apparently he looks like the content creator in real life. Click on the deeds. They're like Slayer achievements, but for a much wider variety of content. Plus, they give you Lord of the Rings Online points, which I want your thoughts on. Imagine if achievements gave gems in Guild Wars 2. They do. You get achievements. You get gems when you hit a thresholds of AP. Were you being ironic? But okay, so they're like Slayer rewards. So if I use, okay, I gotcha. So basically, I use ballads and coders because of my class, and they'll give me LOTRO points. And then for this one, I can strike enemies with Herald Strike heroes. This one I can use my cries. Can use Piercing Cry. I see. Yeah, you could ask me to talk about the proportion of gems to effort in Guild Wars and stuff. Sure, but I mean, I don't know what the proportion of effort to LOTRO points is in this game at this point, so I don't know. It would be very easy to say, oh, it'd be nice to get more gems, but look, if the story is it's about gems and stuff, you know, to me that's not game design. That's like a company's decision about its revenue, right? Like how many freebies you give someone is going to disincentivize them from actually using the shop. So I'll leave it up to money-oriented minds to assess whether they hit the right balance. It means nothing to sit in the community and say, oh, you don't get enough gems. I want more. Of course you want more. Obviously you want more. That doesn't mean it's in the game's best interest. So, and I don't care about actually assessing the fucking company, the company's revenue streams. So yeah, I mean, I think that the gems are a meaningful reward in Guild Wars 2. Are the LOTRO points a meaningful reward in this game? Maybe, I don't know. So far, seems cool, but it's not like a new concept to me. If that is what you were angling for, especially considering we already saw they give you LOTR points in. Can we? It says remove it. This is so frustrating. Forgot what I was going to say. I got distracted because I was thinking about the fact that I'm so lost in the game and so reliant on the UI and not actually like learning the environment.
But I will need your help.
The deed's a character ban. That's cool. If what people are angling for is me to say, oh yeah, Lord of the Rings is so much better because it gives you loads more points and you don't have to spend money, then no, my answer is that I'm not going to say that because I don't care just about your own greed and your own access to those items. Again, it's how much revenue they get from how stingy they were and how greedy they were, and that's not something I can really comment on, I don't think. It takes me some time to recover from that exercise. I've never run so quickly in all my days, and yet I'm more excited than ever before. An adventure! It'll be just the thing, but it will take some preparations to be sure. I'll need your help to get ready for this journey. Alright, so we look for him near Mitchell Delving's stables to exchange bingo badges for rewards. Oh, we get some badges, nice. Next week, training for the journey. Sorry, next week!
I need to train for the adventure if I am to have success.
But it's just triggered straight away now? Is that because of an update later? What's the next week thing? Does anybody know? This was released weekly initially. Oh, so it was like Living World almost. But they never got rid of the next week thing. Oh, come on. Like, look, what? Why? It's like the hobbies thing. I can hardly wait to begin my journey, Taytu, but I know that there is much to be done before I depart. I need to train for the adventure if I am to have success on the road. I'll need knowledge and supplies and physical strength and... Bingo shudders. There is one more thing I'll need, but let us not speak of that for now. There is enough to do to get ready without beginning with that most perilous of tasks. But first, knowledge. You know, old Gaffer Gamgee up in Hobbiton was the gardener for Bilbo Baggins many years ago. No, sorry, for many years. Why am I reading so poorly, so consistently poorly lately? First, knowledge. You know, old Gaffer Gamgee. So is this Sam's dad? Up in Hobbiton Way was the gardener for Bilbo Baggins for many years. And it could be that he was privy to old Bilbo's secrets. He might have given the Gaffer some adventuring advice. Make your way to Bagshot Row in Hobbiton and see if the Gaffer has any sound advice for a hobbit starting out on a journey. So we won't meet Bilbo himself, but we will meet Bilbo's gardener. Which, note, is not the same as Frodo's gardener years later. Or Underhill. And we will be able to choose. Oh, this is cool. I can be either the prepared or the unprepared when I'm done with this. Training for the journey. Wait. So LOTRO comes out. And there is no journey yet. You have to wait a week. You do one little quest to walk around in Hobbiton. In the Shire, I should say, not Hobbiton. And then that's it. Interesting. Right, so let's follow the quest guide. Let's get back on our mount as well. Do you guys like me binding it down here as well, by the way? Sam's dad is Gaffer. That's not that's not that's just a generic word, isn't it? Generic noun? This is not original content. It was added much later. Bingo quests were added years later from release. So someone tell me, what was the release? What's my cooldown that's being marked here? What was the release selection of quests? I don't like how I'm not on the roads. Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh. Sun in my eyes. Drop of honey. The sweet honey was harvested from a beehive. Now that is a tough job. This ingredient is sold by suppliers and professional vendors. This is very good. Nice wide open fields and plains. Ancient ruins. The random trees around. I'm getting good vibes here. I really am. Happy Shire white-tailed does. Prologue is the storyline. Prologue is the storyline. Is that an answer to my question to you of what was there at launch? Oh, this one here. Prologue flour dumplings. I see. Right. So what's this one about then, I guess? Oh god, how will my horse act in the water? Oh god. Oh, that was pretty funny. I like how it was me that took the tumble and rolled. If it was the horse that had, it would have looked quite cruel, I think. This is called an average rental mount, by the way. It looks like I actually lose the mount in a day. It's a rental. I don't actually own it. It's going to be gone. Interesting. So this is the iconic. This is Bag End. Oh man. Gaffer Gamgee, respected gardener. Hello, old boy. If I can be a help to you, just let me know. He has a new quest. Interactions. Browse the shop.
What do you need?
An uncooked pork shop. A tasty ration. A hard ration. Bones of a lamb for making soup and stew bases. This game's going to make me hungry. Right. Training for the journey.
Just a moment.
What's that? You say Bingo Boffin wants to go on an adventure? Here I thought the Delvinfield Boffins were respectable sorts. The gaffer hems and haws for a moment. You tell young Bingo the only advice I have for hobbits thinking of leaving the Shire is this. Don't. Naught but trouble ever came of a journey. Mr. Bilbo was as well-spoken a hobbit as you could hope to meet, but I'm afraid he I'm afeared he mixed up with some downright odd folk abroad. Poor fellow. I have no further advice for Mr. Boffin, but I do know that he'll be wanting some foodstuffs on his journey. If you run up to the apple doors on the side of the hill and pick some of the fallen apples, I dare say his stomach will be satisfied, even if his head will not. Good day to you. This is beautiful. Okay, alright, I'll pick him. Do we want to grab his other quest? Probably not. Let's go up. So, hold on. We're at Hobbiton Bywater right now. It's so good. I feel really like in a region, you know, with a lot of stuff going on. How much of this existed before? How much have they filtered in new stuff? I don't know, but it's really good. It feels quite big, you know. There's a lot happening here. Come to us, the view is great. All right, on top of the Hobbit holes. How did you get on the? Oh look, this is the festival place. Where he has his party, maybe? Yeah, that's beautiful. Look at that. It's the Shire, everybody. I bet they worked really hard on getting this image just right. Yeah, check it out. New deed, the sights of the Shire, the party tree. Can't read the scroll. I'm trying really hard. It's actually lagging the game when I right click. I'm not sure what that is. Go higher up. You want to see Bag End? Yeah, is Bag End like further up the hill maybe? I'm not sure, honestly. I have no real sense of that. I'll see what I got. I mean, we need to pick the apples in this field anyway, the apple doors, so can do that. Oh, it's so idyllic. Wow. What's this area of the world like in the Second Age? Will the new game be able to present this kind of experience? Because can you imagine this, but taking advantage of newer hardware, better interface, all that kind of stuff? Can you imagine? It's already really profound. 3 out of 6. Sorry, Shrew. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to. But hey, I mean experience. Is it really set in stone the other game's going to be the Second Age? It is, yeah. The Tolkien company, who basically handle the properties in the name of the family or whatever, I guess. They have specifically said when Netflix and Amazon were bidding for the TV show and the rights to licenses to do things. They specifically said you can't touch anything in the third age. You're not allowed to. And they said you're not allowed to do anything that will contradict the third age as well. Which I think for the real nerds is good, that second piece certainly. But they're very, very protective of the identity of what this franchise is right now. And I'll tell you what, I completely understand, and I think it's a good move. I know that people say that if you expand on a franchise or an IP or something, that you don't take away the initial product, that it will always exist, that a remake will never destroy the initial and whatever. But I do think you augment it. I really do. What the franchise means to someone, what they immediately think when it comes up, you can modify that in any number of ways, which absolutely does tamper with the original material, you know. Like, look at how differently people think of Star Wars after the prequel trilogy came out, and how differently people think of Star Wars after the sequel trilogy came out. Obviously, the initial trilogy is still exactly the same, but the waters are muddied, you know. Think about, this is slightly a different thing, but think about D&D's adaptation of Game of Thrones, right? This is a really good thing for me to talk about because everyone knows about this one. You know, you had the books and what they meant and felt to people. The TV show comes out and ends up really big and really popular, and probably now has modified the original expectations massively for a lot of people. You know, there's a lot of blurring of the lines. But then think about how the final 3 seasons, which were very poor in quality, think about how they have really taken away from the earlier seasons too. Like, for me, I was very, very, very into the show up until the end of season 5. Well, after season 5. And then it became very clear after that it was getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And now I don't want to watch any of it anymore. I don't think of any of it as any good anymore. Even though a good, 60% of that show was phenomenal. Possibly the best TV there's been. I won't go that far. I still give that honor to True Detective. But still, season 1. True Detective is a cool story as well, in that they managed to, with their season 2, which was way worse. True Detective season 1 is literally the best television that's ever existed, if you ask me. But season 2 is nothing to write home about. But because they changed the entire cast and the idea and everything, there's only some thematic connections. They didn't tamper with one another. Anyway, so I think you have to be really, really careful about that shit. Really careful. Just imagine all the ways it could go wrong. I don't know. I accept the decision they made to have it in the second age. And that even comes from me just now, excitedly saying, are we going to be able to get this in the new games and stuff? I think it's naive to say that something new will not take away the original thing. I do. You have to balance what you have to gain versus what you have to lose. So like with Guild Wars, I've talked about, a remake for the first game or whatever. I would be very positive about that because I think they have very little to lose and very much to gain. But there are certain, cornerstones out there. There's certain things that really there's not many ways to go but potentially down, I think. Yeah, apparently I have heard Season 3 was good. Zoggo. I haven't watched it, though. If you want to tell me a little bit more, Zoggo, about Season 3 and get me into it. But I haven't seen it. Have I seen The Leftovers? It's from the guy from Lost. No, I don't respect Carlton Cuse and Damon Lindelof. Lost? Don't get me talking about Lost. I could talk about Lost for hours. You should watch, if you want to talk about Lost and see someone like me who's that's tacky. I'm not going to say like me. If you want to see someone who really put a lot of effort and love and care into a review of Lost recently, he didn't do it because it was popular and everyone was going on about it. He did it because he really wanted to analyze how people felt about it and why they felt about it and whether it was good and whether it was bad. It is an overly negative rhetoric. And it's a little bit intellectually deceptive at times, but an incredible series that did not get the recognition it deserved. You should watch Rete Reviews Lost. It's like 9 hours of Lost reviewing. And it's very, 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 very good. And explains very clearly a lot of the stuff that was going on with that show. But Overall, I'm way more optimistic about the show than he was in his review, but I think it will get you thinking about all the right conversations to have with that. At the end of the day, though, I do think that the show was best for delivering a setting and characters. I've never had experienced a show with better characters than Lost. Like, you really fall in love with the characters and their ambitions and who they are and where they're going and what they're doing in the first half of Lost. You really, really, really give a shit about these people. And Lost taught me how important it is to have great characters for anything else to matter. So I'll give them that. But in terms of anything else, I wouldn't. I'm afraid I would not risk watching something that they were attached to. This looks to be a fine batch of apples. Especially if it's like mystery drama. I'm not doing it. And should give Mr. Boffin a good start for his journey. I don't mind telling you that when the apples run out, I hope he turns around, I hope he turns around and heads for home. The wild is no place for a hobbit. That goes for you too, Tatu. We hobbits should stay by hearth and home, where we belong. Alright, fine. The gaffer gives you a nice basket in which to hold the apples. Wow, the day-night cycle's too quick. That's a shame. Oh, maybe that's unfair. No, I take that back. It wasn't night when I logged in, so I don't know, actually. I don't know how long it is. I take that back. That's unfair. Right, let's go back to him. And is he going to tell me next one next week? No, I don't agree with that either, Jules. Lost didn't instantly become really bad. And most of the issues with Lost, they built for themselves in Season 3. But weren't really, manifesting until a bit later than that. But, there's so much about Lost. Lost was so beautifully shot. It was so beautifully scored. Its characters were so well written. Its premise was so strong. But the actual, detail-mindedness you need from showrunners to pull off, the mystery side of stuff is just not there. I remember when Lost was going on, that fucking writer's strike happened. And writers are always so, oh, we need to be paid more, we need to be compensated more, blah, blah, blah. I'll tell you what, most of them aren't putting the hard graft in that they actually fucking should be to really pay off for these things that they're going for. They're so blasé and flippant. Oh, we're going to set up a mystery. And this really does define a lot of Lost behind doors. We'll set up this mystery and then I don't know what the answer is yet, but we'll figure that out. Do you want to go get some lunch? That fucking mindset is insane to me. Fucking insane. And it's everywhere. It's everywhere. You can always tell when someone really is deep in the property, and they have to be. And then you can beg for your pee. I do acknowledge though that good or bad writing can make or break a production. So you have to get it right, and you probably should pay for people that are good. I mean, just look at Game of Thrones. You can't argue with anything about the production of Game of Thrones. Anything in the later seasons. You really can't. There's maybe a couple of little bits. You want to have this bad pussy or whatever that line was. There's certain little moments that, are a bit cringy and they were obviously poorly edited or poorly scored or irregularly shot. There's a few little things, but in general, it's premium top-notch stuff and the entire thing gets dragged down by the writing. So, the writing is really, really important. So, yeah, pay people properly for it, because otherwise you'll get fucking shitheads. That's what you'll get. They need to fight for their jobs. Yeah, like the Starbucks cup, for example. There are issues like that, yeah. But in general. What's that? The gaffer gave you some supplies for the journey? That was very thoughtful of him. I must be certain to write a note of thanks. He is truly genteel. Bingo trails off as he sees what you carry. Apples? Oh my, I cannot stand apples! I'm sure those are fine specimens, Tatu, but I simply cannot abide the wormy things. Wormy things? I will not take even the smallest bite. Bring that basket into the Burden Baby Inn and leave it by the counter, if you would, my friends. Someone else will eat those apples, but that someone absolutely positively will not be me. Brilliant. This is like the epitome of errand boy. Really now, we're just wandering around. I mean, I kind of like the idea of the MMO getting people to wander around, zigzag everywhere so that it feels alive, you know, when you see other players doing that kind of stuff. But, jeez. Alright, we're going to go back to the library. I keep thinking it's removed it from the guide, because I really... Was this the library here? No. That was so not the library, right? That's the postmaster. I think we've got to go this way. Dude, I love the owl hooting in the night. Fantastic, really. There's a guy sitting up there called Odo Pipes, and he's smoking a pipe looking out into the... Oh, no, we're not going to the library. We're going back to the Bird and Baby. That's so cool. Look at that guy up there. The following was a part of 2. Everyone trying to put clues together every week. Well, one thing Rete did that was very well. Rete is like super biased against the show. And he's welcome to be. There's no problem with that. I think that he doesn't understand that the job of a writer is to manipulate the feelings of the audience, okay? And being deceptive isn't necessarily bad just because it's deceptive, right? And so he starts learning some of the tricks of the trade as he's reviewing these products. And every time he realizes the writers have been a bit deceptive to make you not think about one thing and think a little bit more about another thing just so that you get a reaction, he like hates that. He thinks that it's, you know, it's not authentic enough or whatever. But I sort of think that comes with the territory to a certain degree. So I'm more lenient. But one thing he does definitely show that is just blatantly like gross is the way they encourage fanaticism in the audience while being so lazy. That is something you will see a lot of, like how wildly certain things were being emphasized, even outside of the show itself, just to earn a quick buck, basically, off of people's enthusiasm. Meanwhile, your showrunners were not being held accountable in any way, and were being, you know, it was that kind of, all right, let's eat a donut, tap some shit out for 2 hours, and then go home. That's our day. Life in LA. That's it, you know. And yeah, it's a good review for seeing stuff like that. Hey, do you want these apples? Nope. That little icon for browsing the shop is interesting. It makes me think of it's the cash shop every time.
Might I have a word with you?
He's in an awful spot of trouble. I like the leprechaun-y looking dude up there. Obviously, he's just a hobbit, but hey. I don't understand. It just wanted me to drop the apples somewhere. Oh, here. Place for apples. This spot by the counter would be very good. Apples set down. Esmeralda Burrows stares at you suspiciously. I can't believe how many little bits of localization text they have everywhere. Like her staring at me, the text before I place the apples, the charging of the skill of the placing of the apples. They did not have to go to that length.
A going away present? What is going on?
This quest line is pure cancer, isn't it now, really? You there! Who do you think you are, leaving those apples there? Are they for anyone to take? Where did they come from? You're forced to tell Esmeralda that they were a gift for Bingo, but he did not want them. Bingo Boffin? Whose birthday was it? And wouldn't his friends know... sorry. Bingo Boffin, whose birthday was it? And wouldn't his friends know he doesn't like the things? What's that? They were a gift from Oldham Gamgee, a going-away gift? Esmeralda's eyes have gained a conspiratorial shine, and you excuse yourself as politely as you can manage. Ooh. A conspiratorial shine. What is she going to do? This barber icon, does that mean I can change my hair? It literally is a barber. And he says to me, we should change the name of the Bird and Baby. Can you believe that? Madness. Right. So we'll go back to him. More zigzagging back and forth. I have to say, guys, when we get to the guy, I am going to stop the stream. If there is this new Guild Wars 2 trailer, I do want to do it. I know we've only been going about an hour and a half here, but I think it is worth me having a look at this new Visions thing and actually producing something over there about that. So it's been fun, obviously, and we'll keep going. Tomorrow, I would love to just see this monster PvP thing. Maybe I'll do some more Hobbit stuff, some Shire stuff, sorry. But then I think I will. I'll go kill things, hit level 10, and then we can see what this monster PvP thing is like tomorrow. Oh god, why does it keep doing that? Why does it keep getting off and back on when I just do one input?
Nothing to be done. If Esmeralda knows, the whole Shire will know.
Oh god, you're back, and without the apples, lovely. I'm certain someone will enjoy them. Meanwhile, I bought some supplies from Petunia Greenhand, and should have enough food to last for a good while. But why the long face, Tatu? You tell Bingo that Esmeralda Burrows managed to learn of Bingo's upcoming departure, despite the fact that you barely said a word about it. Well, there's nothing to be done, I suppose. If Esmeralda knows, all of Mishal Delving will know by the morrow, and the rest of the Shire will be buzzing by next week. It can't be helped. The next area in which I must train is physical strength, and I know just how to do it. I will climb the Stock Tower. Meet me at the base of the tower, south of the town of Stock, and we can climb the Stock Tower together. This is interesting. Look, they're actually like, okay, so what is the consequence of her telling the whole Shire? This is, it's roping me in. It really is. I don't know. It's quite exciting. I love just how the weight of stuff that they're giving me. Like, they're actually giving me a lot to read. A lot to talk about. A lot to think about. It's good. I've missed this. Oh, imagine if Guild Wars had this, like, weight to all of its stuff. Not just, like, look at Ore, right? Look at all the quests in Ore. Ore, the most exciting of the places. What are they, really? They're dynamic events where it's,
I need to get these Daleks to a location. Will you join me?
yes.
Hello there, Arisen over there. Take cover. At last, we made it.
That's it. That's the dialogue. That's, you know, that's the assault towards the Cathedral of Zephyrs. That's the dialogue. Meanwhile, in the first, like, 2 sentences, Lord of the Rings has given me more on an inconsequential bit of flavor text I didn't need to read. Yeah, everybody come. Yeah, that's my opponents. That's the Risen. Next area which I must train is physical strength, and I know just how to do it. I'll climb the Stock Tower, meet me at the base of the tower, town of the south, and we can climb the Stock Tower together. I do really want to climb the tower, but I'm going to end it there, guys. I want to see this Visions of the Past thing. So, thank you all. It's been wonderful. If you like this, let me know, because tomorrow will be the last day for Lord of the Rings, and I'm going to decide if this is the kind of thing I want to do as I go forwards. Over the weekend, we'll be doing Guild Wars 2 Master, of course. I go live every single day at the exact same time. If you click the follow button, you can see that. In half an hour, I have another episode of the Guild Wars 2 series going up very soon, so please feel free to check that out. And until next time, guys, it's been fun. Sorry about muting you guys with the in-game music, and thanks so much for playing with me, honestly. It's so cool to have a Spud Club in the game. It really is. I love it, guys. Thank you. Feel free to keep playing even after my stream's over. You know, you could use the voice channels in Discord. Just get playing. Cheers, guys. See you soon. Ta-ta.